We are now going to use this Kongsberg simulator, and our activity for today is to start the boiler. Before we start the boiler in the simulator, we can find it here that there is a blinking light which is freeze. Just press F1 to start the simulation. And if sometime you need to go for a break or going to the CR, then just press F2 for freeze simulation. And then if you are okay or ready, then just press F1 to start the simulation. Okay, we have here number 80, steam generation plant, and we have 82 oil-fired boiler, and we have 84 for boiler combustion. So these are the only display directory which we are going to touch. Okay, we start with steam generation plant, and we can find it here, the layout diagram of the boiler, in which this is a water tube boiler. Since it is a tanker, the model here is a tanker, fuel oil tanker. They use the water tube boiler to generate more steam because they needed more steam to heat up the fuel oil tanks just to lessen down the viscosity of the fuel. We have two kinds of boiler, the water tube and the fire tube, and the principle is the same. Now, before starting this water tube boiler, we have to ventilate, or we have to open the vent. What is an air vent? Air vent is provided on the boiler drum to evacuate or to release the air and dissolve gases from the drum. Meaning to say, if the boiler stays for a long time and not being used, then there is a trapped air inside the drum and should be released. So that is why before starting up the boiler, we should have to open up the vent. So we have the level here of the water, and we have to start the feed pump continuously. We can find it the level of the water through sight glass or through tricax, and we know that the level of the water should be in normal level condition. And we have to start the feed pump. In here, it is the main feed water pump. Let us just follow the piping layout of the water feed pump, main feed pump. It passes through the economizer and then it goes into the steam drum. So just open this valve and then start the feed pump. And of course, we have to set the value into 10. We limit it to 10 so that the feed water will not rush into the steam drum. We have to put the level controller into auto so that when it detected that the water level is going high, then the feed pump will stop. And if the level is going low, then the feed pump will start up. And since we have here the circulating pump, we are going to start up the circulating pumps. So, what does it mean by circulating or circulation of the feed water? In the boiler system, circulation of the feed water, it ensures that the full circulation of the water is established before the gas or exhaust from the main engine is allowed through the boiler economizer. So meaning to say, we will not let the pipe dry before the exhaust of the main engine passing through because it may risk or danger our pipes. So let us open the suction valve and the discharge valve into the steam drum, and we start the circulating pump. Since our feed pump is in auto mode, so we shall put the circulating pump into auto mode also. But there is no controller here for automation. So we will go with the next display directory into number 82, oil-fired boiler. And in here, starting the circulating pump, going to the economizer and then goes to the steam drum, we can find the controller here for auto. So let us just try to put in auto mode for the pump 1 and as well as the pump 2. Why it is needed to put in auto mode this pump number 2? The answer is, if there is something, an abnormality that the circulating pump number 1 stops, then there should be a backup that circulating pump number 2 should start immediately. Okay, so that is it needed to be put in auto position. Now the preparation is little bit okay. The circulation of the water is going through. We are now going to start our furnace. So we will proceed with number 84, boiler combustion. In here in the boiler combustion, so we are going to start the furnace and it needs the fuel. So we will prepare the source of the fuel. Let us go with the service tanks. Okay, we can find it here, the yellow in color, by opening the valve going into the boiler. So we're just only going to open this one, the valve going into the boiler. And since we are already here, that service tank's HFO is nearby with DO, so we are also going to prepare by opening the valves going into the boiler. Now, our fuel source is already prepared, so let us just prepare the pumps, feed pump going into the burner combustion. Preparing that, we should have to change over the three-way valve, manual three-way valve into the DO. Since fuel oil is not yet to be consumed, boiler is about to start first. That is why we are going to use the diesel oil. So we needed to change over the three-way valve coming from the diesel oil source. So we needed to start the DO pump. This pump starts through the circulation of the diesel oil. Diesel oil is already prepared. Let us leave that the pump is running. We have this alarm to be attended. So as what I have said, alarms, never neglect any alarm. Never neglect any alarm. Alarms should be attended, checked, and rectified. Okay, whatever it is, the alarm is our safety factor and it should be always attended. We have here the pressure level is low, so we needed to start the atomizing air. It is a supporting air to assist the mixing of oil and air to promote full combustion. So we needed atomizing air for our fuel burner. So by just opening the valve and change over the three-way valve so that it will increase the pressure and the alarm is gone. To know the requirements of the diesel oil, just press this burner management and we will find whatever the requirements needed just to make our system ready. So we have here the boiler trip reset, and here we can find that we have this lighted up low atmospheric air or low atomizing pressure. So meaning to say, we are going to open this valve, atomizing steam valve. Okay, so whenever we open this one, then by pressing the reset, and we have here the ready requirements. Okay, and the rest are auto. So this one, if we press the auto here, then this will be lighted up and everything is ready. So for the moment, we are going to prepare first. Since we are going to be in automatic mode, so let us just prepare the HFO pump to start. There is no problem with the circulation of the HFO pump because the fuel goes into the heater and then goes back into the system and goes back into the pump. So let us just open the steam for the heater to increase the temperature of the fuel and opening the steam for the fuel. So our fuel is also prepared and ready for some time combustion. Now, before starting the boiler, let us try to fire up our burner. But first, we have to purge first the furnace. So what do you mean by purging or purge? Purging or purge meaning is to exhaust unburned gases, trying to push unburned gases in a combustion chamber. It is said it is to exhaust unburned gases in a combustion chamber before ignition so that gas explosion can be prevented. meaning to say, unburned gases which is trapped in the exhaust pipe, so it leads to gas explosions. So we don't need that one. It should be prevented. That is why it is needed to purge the exhaust pipe to clear the passageway. Now we will start the boiler air draft fan. So by just pressing the on, and then make the flaps open into 100%. Okay, so we can find it here. The valve is opening 100%. We can press the purging here or start the purge. Let us just wait that the purging stage is finished. Now we can see that purging is completed because the button here push up already. We will remain the air blows into our burner, but we have to reduce it the limit into 10. We limit the blow of the furnace so that we control the flow of the air. So we give only 10, and the fuel oil flow we limit into 5 only. Air and fuel is set, then we can start the burner. So by just pressing the burner on and off, and then we find it the pilot valve, switch it on, and we can find the fire here, the lighter or the igniter, and waiting for the main fuel. Now it started the main fuel, and we have here the main fire comes from the fuel pump. So we are going to wait for the switching off of the igniter. So the igniter is off. What it remains is the main fire. Let us try to see once again the requirements. We needed to switch on all the auto here. We are going to switch on the auto airflow control auto, and then the oil flow control auto, and now the master. Okay, and switching everything what is in the controller here into auto mode. Now we meet the requirements of the burner management for the diesel oil. Since the system is in auto mode, we are waiting to increase the temperature here until 85 so that we can change it over into fuel oil. Waiting to increase the pressure until around 7 bar. By raising up the pressure and the temperature, so let's should be aware of what is going on. Now the temperature is 99 and the pressure is 8, so we can change over into fuel oil. Now we change it over into fuel oil, and the burner has still its fire, but as what you can see, the burner management is in ready position, and we already completed the requirements, and it is ready to push the on button so that there is an automation mode. When we switch it on, the auto mode, then we can see the fire wheel shuts off. It shuts off because the steam pressure here is 8.62. So how do we know that the fire should stop? Okay, let us go here in the low settings. Press this low setting, and then we can find the requirements. Burner start limit. So it will start when the pressure goes down into 6.10. Burner stop limit. The burner here will stop when the pressure reaches 7.5. Since our pressure here is 8.62, when we press when we switch it on into burner or into auto mode, then it stops by itself. So the system now is in auto mode. How do we simulate the burner will light up? What are we going to do? So let us simulate by lowering the pressure by opening valves into the tanks. Let us go to open the tanks. Let's say put into 50% all. In reality, we are not going to open this valve into 50% abruptly. It should be slowly opening. But since this is a simulator, we needed to find that the combustion will light up. So we needed to open the valve quickly. Okay, opening here the drain, and opening the valve through the tanks by 50, and now we make it 75. Okay, whatever alarms activated in the engine room, it should be attended and to be checked. Okay, we never neglect any alarms. Okay, the pressure is slowly going down. So we needed to open some valves of the tanks to make the pressure goes down faster. So service tanks, open the valve. We should close the vent of the steam drum. Vent valve should be closed. So we are just going to wait that the pressure goes down. Okay, so let's go back with the boiler combustion and wait that the pressure goes down. And try to have a view again. So the start limit is 6.10. We needed that our pressure goes down into 6.10 so that we can see that our burner would lighted up. So 6.10, and then it is set, and then we just wait what is the next move. We can see that it parts by itself here, and the flaps turns into 70% opening, and it is purging the system. Okay, the purging stage is finished. So we can find it that the pilot fuel pump will light up here. The igniter is on, and then we just wait for the fuel to burn it to the main fire. We have now the combustion coming from the fuel, and we just wait with the igniter to switch it off. Okay, since the fuel is burning coming from the HFO pump, so we don't need the DO pump, and switch it off. To change over the three-way valve here using the atomizing steam. So what is the alarm? And we have here the heater line steam supply pressure. So it is already low in pressure. We just go with what we opened before by closing the drain and closing the valves here. Why we are doing this one is just because we needed to see how the boiler combustion stops. So we do simulation, we increase the pressure. Okay, so by increasing the pressure, we needed to shut off all what we are or what we opened before. We go bunker tanks, and then we close what we opened before. Now the bulbs are closed. There are some tanks bulbs to be closed so that we can find it that the pressure is going high. We can see here that the pressure is going high slowly. We have here 7.2, and let us just wait how the burner stops. Checking again, just press this low setting, and then we can find it here. Burner start 6.10. The burner should be stopped into the limit of 7.5. So let us wait for the pressure goes into 7.5, and how does the burner stops? 47, 48, 49, and then there it goes, 7.5, and then let us wait how the system shuts off the burner. See, the system is working, meaning to say that our automation is well and good. Check everything, and what's keeping is to be done. So our boiler is ready. Thank you, gentlemen, and whatever any comments, suggestions, questions, you may have it, and don't hesitate to ask your questions. Thank you and good day.